I actually think that's amazing.
It's not on yet, is it? Oh wait, it is.
It is. I can't believe that's happened.
That's. Is there not a way you could have turned it off so it doesn't have the count in?
Quite possibly. I don't know. What's great is for the people that are watching, they don't realise that I set the metronome on my GarageBand to 5 BPM because I thought it would make me record for longer. Oh my god.
Does it make you record for longer?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out when this cuts off about halfway through the actual thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Louis.
Hiya.
How are you doing?
I'm already fiddling with the mic.
You're already fiddling with the mic. Is that your comfort spot, is it?
Yeah.
The microphone
I
is
like touching things.
your first ever podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
No, it's not.
First ever recorded podcast.
First ever recorded podcast.
Though in my college we had a podcast studio that was like newly renovated.
Right.
I shouldn't move away from the mic. Newly renovated place had a bunch of podcast mics and stuff like that, and like had 4 mics around a full table, so you could record a podcast if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And I remember we were close with the technicians in college, so we were able to get first dibs and walk in the room. So me and Aaron, my friend, we both just sat down and recorded like an impromptu podcast. It was me, Aaron, and her boyfriend at the time, Ethan. We all recorded an impromptu podcast.
So you're basically
you've
done more than me.
You've done more than me. There was a soundboard there, and you don't have a soundboard.
Yeah, I don't have a soundboard.
No,
I have 2 microphones and a cup of coffee.
You could do like an intro music thing.
Right. I was thinking of doing that actually.
But like an intro theme.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you're watching, you'd have already seen the intro theme already. And it'll probably be one of my band's songs. Yeah. Yeah, this, as I said, this idea is literally 5 days old. Mm-hmm. This whole thing is 5 days old, and it's all come together in 5 days.
How did you think?
Craig Reynolds.
God bless his soul.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, Craig, for ripping you off completely.
Oh, but the amount of people who have already ripped Craig off.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The amount of people that Craig's ripped off in his playing.
Oh, good God.
He's admitted it.
Has it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but every art is just imitation.
Yeah, that's true.
Of life, but you know.
Isn't there like a saying where after a certain point everything's just an imitation of what came before? Yeah. Yeah, like English is like an imitation of the English that it used to be.
Like Latin.
Yeah. Latin? Oh, damn. To be honest with you, I don't know anything about Latin.
It's like etymology, isn't it?
Really?
Etymology is like the I don't know, fucking
etymology.
Etymology. It's the study of like languages, I think, or like it's at least the study of
big brain shit.
It's at least the study of where words come from.
Right.
I only know it because I was interested in looking in the etymology of meme words.
Meme words?
Yeah, so I know the history of where the word spam comes from.
Where's it come from?
You know, like spam mail.
Yeah.
People think it comes from like the meat.
The meat. Oh, yeah. No?
Don't.
Where's it come from?
It comes from... I'm missing out a few steps on where it comes from, but its base origin is from an old sketch from like, God, 80s, 70s? I can't remember. It's British telly, coloured telly.
Yeah.
I know that much. Basically, it was a sketch. I can't remember where it was from, what was happening, whatever. But there was this cafe where there was 2 normal people eating. Then in comes in a bunch of Vikings, like a massive group of Vikings, and they all start chanting.
So like a hardcore show, basically.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. They all start chanting spam, 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 and that's where spam comes from because
a load of Vikings were like spam.
Mm-hmm. And then I think it got sent a lot in a few like IM chats back in like the 90s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To where people were like, "Oh, stop spamming."
Oh,
and then whenever something was repeated,
that's
it was also corrected as spam.
Right.
To which it is now.
Wow.
If you get a lot of something, you're spamming it.
Wow. Damn. I mean, pretty much.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, no, I'm glad that I learned that.
I mean, to be fair, when we first started this, I thought we were going to go straight in and talk about hardcore music.
No, I'm talking about spam.
Spam. We've gone from Vikings, spam, What was that? Eology you said about?
Etymology.
Etymology. Honestly, I feel like if I just put ology on the end of anything, I sound smarter than I actually am.
Yeah, so I'm talking about greenology.
Greenology?
Yeah, because there's a green plant behind you over there. You
God
can't see it, but there's a green plant over there.
The green plant. What do you think of my monkey, by the way? No one can see the monkey.
I like monkey.
My monkey lamp.
For backstory, I am the first person here.
Yeah.
Technically, probably not the first released, but the first person here. I helped set up. And
thank you, by the way, because I'm literally just the thickest person ever that has cool things like a microphone, and I'm like, what do I do with this?
To be fair, you literally said to me like, "Oh, I'm gonna start a podcast. You want to be on it?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay. Well, how's today?"
How's today? Yeah.
How's today? I'll help you set it up. I'll help be the first guest. I'll help record and iron out the kinks.
Yeah.
So this is literally the first recording. So if it looks completely different than all the other episodes, it's because this one's shit.
And it's also because I'm not a lighting engineer.
I'm not either.
I mean, you know more about lighting than me.
I literally just passed my first year of film production. I've got 2 more to fucking go.
You plan on filming anything outside of university? Have you got any ideas that you're working on for film?
Me and a friend who isn't even on film. He's on a different course.
He's on a different course.
I can't remember what he does. But he's the same mindset as me as of like funny comedy filming.
Right.
I love sketches. I love YouTube sketches, comedy sketches. I don't know if you know. Sorry, it was lines. Pissing me off.
Lines.
Yeah. I don't know if you know Tom Scar.
No.
Astif movie, ASDF movie.
Rings a bell.
The
all
cartoon.
that underground stuff that filmmakers watch. No.
It's like
Am I just really
like YouTube
uncultured for films?
No, it's not film. It's like just like YouTube, videos.
Oh right, yeah.
Tom Scar, he did like he's basically like a comedy sketch. With like this, like Tim and Eric, another comedy sketch thing. But like it's just YouTube comedy sketches, short form, like 5 minutes max.
Yeah.
Of just here's a sketch, punchline is this, in it funny. Watch it for 5 minutes and you're like, yeah, that was funny. Skit. That's a skit.
That
yeah.
actually sounds pretty fun because they're the things that can just get views because they're only short and
they're short, but like the jokes are easy to get. Yeah. And if they are complex, that means they're like. Oh.
It's the kind of thing you can send your nan on Facebook and she'd be like, "Oh, that's funny."
Kind of, yeah. It's less reels, more like actual videos because they're also short and they're really well composed. But
yeah.
Basically, I'm very inspired by Tom Scar because he's a comedy sketch writer, director, and stuff like that. Grew up with Tom Scar, and now because I've grew up with him, I only think of things in comedy sketches.
Right.
So
your whole life's a comedy sketch.
Essentially, yeah.
Wow.
And my first film in uni, when I actually was able to put my meat on the table and was like, I'm taking control of this. I'm only camera operator, but I'm taking control of this operation. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if our first film to really piss off our lecturer was a comedy? Because she hates comedies.
Oh, amazing.
She absolutely she hates comedies.
Yeah.
So we were like, wouldn't it be funny if our first film was a comedy film?
I feel like most lecturers and teachers hate anything that takes the rip out of their subject. So imagine music, you're steaming up. So like music teachers, every music teacher I've spoke to about like heavy music, they've been like, oh, well, that noise and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I can see why you like it, but like.
Yeah, and our lecturer was basically like, well, just so you know, comedy is very subjective. Not everyone's going to find it funny. Everybody laughed at our film.
Yeah.
The entire class was crying because it was so stupid.
What was it about?
Oh, right. So the film's called David.
David.
It's about this guy who's basically
called David.
Right. Who can't speak. He speaks in grunts and grumbles.
Right.
Like, basically it follows his a day in the life of him where he's such a klutz that he can't wake up right. He can't make a cup of coffee right. He's just so bad at it. So he messes up so much. He makes his cup of coffee 3 times, spills it over himself every time, and even on the 3rd time, he's really careful, tries to sip it, and all over his chest.
Right.
He basically just like completely fed up. that's when we're introduced to the narrator of the world, which we refuse to give context to because why would we?
Okay.
So the narrator's like, "Aren't you just fed up, David?" To where he's like, and what happens after that? I've slept since I filmed it.
Many times probably. Yeah.
So basically, he's like, I'm fed up.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you need to figure out how to get you some confidence because maybe that'll help your ability to do things. And he's like, Ugh. So there's this massive montage where he reads a book on how to be confident by an author called Holden McGroin, where no one found out the name of the author. It's got groin in it. Holden McGroin. Holding McGroin.
Just hold my
holding groin. My groin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just my hold it.
Hold it, please.
Grab the groin.
Yeah. There's like a montage of him, and he's like, "Do you know what?
Grabbing his groin?
I wish
that would have been amazing. See, I would have laughed at that point.
Yeah. But that would have been a bit too graph.
I imagine that would have been a bit too much for your teacher to handle.
I think she would have shot her film idea down if that was in the script. But it basically consists of him going out, finding a coffee on the streets, having the confidence to pay for the coffee instead of making it himself.
Right.
And he takes a sip, and he sips it without spilling. It's on paper, it's such a boring film.
Yeah.
But because the way we shot it, the way we filmed it, and like Shaun of the Dead.
Right. Yeah.
Hot Fuzz.
I love that.
Edgar Wright.
Is that?
Yeah, Edgar Wright. We shot it inspired by Edgar Wright.
Right.
I especially shot it very whip pans and nice sounds. It's shot very very well. I'll have to show you at some point.
That would be quite funny, actually.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. You recently got back from Bloodstock.
Sadly, yes, I did.
You did.
I did. Yes.
Let's try and transition from the film into the music.
Okay, so Bloodstock 2024.
Out of 10.
Out of 10 overall.
Yeah. Other than the obvious mishap that you
Other than
had
the mishap,
happen, you'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Other than the mishap, as a whole. All right, I'm gonna do it as a whole.
If you're to include toilets, food, and the bands and everything, because obviously a bad toilet can ruin your festival experience.
There were some interesting toilets there.
Mate,
there were some interesting toilets. They weren't Portaloos.
No,
there were Portaloos, and then there was some fancy eco toilets that use sawdust.
So they blew all the budget on toilets.
Must have done, yeah, and not safety precautions. We'll get there.
What? Amazing.
As a whole, I would say it would be about an 8.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I didn't know many bands that were playing. I didn't really like most of the bands, but some of the bands,
yeah.
Architects. Malevolence. Hatebreed.
Yeah.
To die for. I found a small band called Frog Lord. From the Metal to the Masses stage, which is like a small band stage.
Right.
Found a band called Frog Lord.
That sounds insane. What kind of music do they do? Are they the ones that do like the inhale, like the really like all that stuff? No. That'd be a perfect name for a band like that. They
sound like Sleep Token.
What's their
But they talk about frog stuff.
They talk about all their songs
drowned in slime.
Drowned in slime.
Drowned in slime.
Drowned in slime. Is that the name of the song?
I don't know. I haven't listened to them afterwards, but I remember seeing them live, and they had really cool masks. The singer had a mask where front face, and then he had 2 faces on the side, and it was like latex, so it moved with his face. And it was freaky.
Oh wow!
But it was really cool.
Jesus.
As a whole, I would give Bloodstock an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
The food, I didn't get to sample most of the food because I'm picky.
Right.
But this one salt and chili stand.
Yeah.
Salt and chili chicken.
Yeah.
And you can get it at Chips as well. So Eva was happy, my girlfriend. She was happy.
Yeah.
I had the salt and chili chicken.
Expensive? Or did you not look? Were you too drunk to realise the price?
I wasn't even drunk. I was just like, I just want it.
Yeah.
That's why I ran out of money after the festival. I was like, I want it now.
I want it. I'm having it.
Yeah.
It's mine. I'm here. I don't know when I'll next be at Bloodstock. I want it now.
That was my thought process. Because I also bought all my camping gear.
Yeah. because I was at Download and we had a bit of a mishap with our food because, well, I didn't take any because I was working, so food was free, for free. But we had a mishap with the Yorkshire pudding van. I don't know if you know about that. That was giving out chicken that was pink. Like,
really?
when I say pink, I mean like fresh out the pack pink.
Like still squawking.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was covered in breadcrumbs. You didn't know until you took a bite.
Yeah.
So it was like you get to the middle and it was like there's just this chicken just screaming at you.
That's rough. That no,
Not
from
fun at
what
all.
I heard, the food situation wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It was fine for me.
Fair dude.
I didn't wake up needing to run to the toilet, other than the copious amounts of drinking.
Yeah.
I didn't need to.
Copious amounts of drink. Were you in the middle of a crowd being like, I like this song, but I've literally opened the seal. I can't carry on watching this.
Do you know what? I'm such a person where, like, when the second I get into a venue, all my physical needs go out the window.
Yeah.
Like, you remember we went to Knock Loose together.
Yeah. That
And
was
the-
insane.
and
What was that French? Headbusser.
Headbusser, Deaf Heaven, I've never heard of Deaf Heaven before the gig. And they're apparently a huge band in America and over here as well. People love Deaf Heaven.
I've never seen one gig advertised for Deaf Heaven other than that. I mixed them up with Deaf Haven. So I was like, youngest daughter, let's go.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to hear this.
I was wondering why you were listening to that song so much.
Yeah.
And
then,
like, different band. Because all my love to Deaf Heaven, but all their set sounded very samey, and every song sounded the same.
Lorna Shore vocals with, like, I don't know what instrumental I could compare it to.
Yeah.
His vocals were good though.
His vocals were sick. He was insane.
He belongs in like a proper deathcore band.
Yeah,
They play,
but also
like,
I
nothing
kind of
but
like
blast
that he's
beats.
in that band because it's different.
Yeah, it is different. Very different. Nice. Headbusser though, amazing.
They were great. I want to see them again. The second they're in the UK, I've got my eye out. I followed them on Instagram. I will let you know.
The venues they could be playing as well. Like they're not like huge.
They're basically Headbusser are like a Paris band.
Yeah.
And they literally have a song that I don't know if they introed with it or like they brought it in the middle of the set, literally called Paris Fight Song.
Paris Fight Song.
Do you not remember? They were like, this song.
There was so much going on.
Yeah, they were like
so many punches.
That song came on when we were in the queue to get merch for Knock
Right.
Loose.
Okay.
And I remember when.
Do you remember it that vividly?
Yeah,
Wow.
I remember before the gig and after the gig. I don't remember the middle bit of the gig.
Yeah.
And being gig, the Knock Loose part. When we were in queue for the merch, Deaf Heaven, Headbusser were playing.
Yeah.
And they announced a song called "This song's called Paris Fight Song," or like in a French accent. And
Rings a bell.
And they started playing, and I remember turning around and just seeing
Everything
just the craziest karate moves you've ever seen.
Spin kicks.
That's where my love of hardcore came from. I think that's turning around and seeing people spin kick.
Yeah.
And just like do the windmill and like just proper two-step. I think that's when I fell in love with hardcore.
I got scared of hardcore when we were stood in that same queue.
Yeah.
I saw a guy who was built like Bowser walk through the door, no t-shirt on, already sweating. And the band hadn't started.
Yeah.
And I was like, where's he been?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where's
How
he
was
been?
he already preed?
How he's preed for the gig.
He's preed for a gig.
He's probably been to Fight Club and been like, you know what, I'll go to Knock Loose after this, just see what happens.
Yeah, just done a boxing match, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just come from an underground fight club and been like, you know what?
Sure, fancy you Knock Loose.
Fighting though, guy with boxing gloves. Do you remember him? The guy in the crowd with boxing gloves.
Evidently not.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
He punched me.
He punched you.
I think he did.
Oh,
or I think I asked him to.
that was lethal. That
I think I asked it. One. What does one mean? One take?
I think.
Click again.
I don't know if to stop recording that or not. Let me view media. That was only 19 minutes. Let me just click record again. And then stick them together.
Yeah.
Right. Is that still okay?
Have you carried on recording from down there?
It's still recording. Oh. Hello, what you doing?
He lied. Is the angle fine? Your angle's cocked.
Yeah, just cut off.
You're cockeyed, love.
We're still recording audio. We are still recording audio.
Sorry, love.
Yeah, so I will get used to this setup, and I wasn't expecting that to switch off.
The camera turned off halfway through.
Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy.
Who's Daisy? God. Oopsie.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about getting beaten up in a pit, but
Yeah.
we strayed away from Bloodstock.
Yeah, I will use that as a leapfrog to come back to Bloodstock.
As a leapfrog.
Because-
Is that a reference to a frog, whatever they're called?
Frog Lord.
Is that a reference to Frog Lord? Oh, no.
No, it's not.
Oh, God.
No.
That would have been amazing though, if you did.
Yeah, I
that.
wish. I'm not that good at podcasting just yet.
Yeah, neither.
Um,
As you can tell, I'm practicing, you know.
Basically, the Knocked Loose gig was basically like a prerequisite for, in my mind.
Right.
To like my intro to hardcore.
Okay.
Because I'm a hardcore baby.
Mm-hmm.
Before we saw Knocked Loose, I don't think I listened to much hardcore
Yeah.
at that point in time. It was after hardcore.
Me neither. I just heard Arf, got excited and bought a ticket.
Yeah, literally same. I was,
Yeah.
and then actually, to be fair, you showed me Knocked Loose first,
Mm-hmm.
and I ignored you.
Yeah.
And then it was a few months after that I listened to the songs. I was like, oh, they're kind of sick. And you were like, oh, yeah, wait, who? I was like, Knocked Loose. And you're like, oh, yeah, I can't remember them.
Yeah.
And then we both sat down and listened to Knocked Loose and we were like, oh
Yeah.
no.
And that's around the same time that I properly discovered Nick Nocturnal,
Really?
which is where I also so happen to find so many other bands.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Nocturnal's been a great help, yeah.
Oh, big time. Honestly,
Um,
Nick Nocturnal has changed my music taste. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have found Unprocessed. I don't know if you've heard of Unprocessed. They've got a really famous bass breakdown. So, like, it gets to the breakdown, stops, and then you know when you can do, like, a thump and be like, but it goes, that's the whole breakdown. You know the one.
I think I know the one.
That's Unprocessed. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a
I emailed them asking to support them, and I messaged their drummer on Instagram being like, hey, bro,
Get us on a show, lah.
I know you're playing, like, huge places that are like 3K and it's already sold out, but do you want someone else to do it for free?
Whack us on there, yeah.
Yeah, go on. I mean, we'll bring our own stage. We'll play outside, man. Just be there, I beg.
We'll be at doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be in your merch queue.
What were we saying?
Bloodstock.
That's the one. Right.
Leapfrogged back, but got on a tangent, and now we're leapfrogging back again.
I'm great at tangents.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a tangent out of that.
Okay, good. Please don't.
Right, Bloodstock.
Yeah.
We got there
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
the early arrival.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to Bloodstock and you're driving, or just any kind of way there, and if you don't have a trolley, don't go. It's not worth the pain.
Unless you have helicopter.
Unless you have a helicopter. Me and Eva, my girlfriend who went with me, we will never make the same mistake again as going as a couple, because we brought so much stuff, but also we didn't think we brought so much stuff. We split it between, I had a big travel rucksack, a rucksack on my front, camping chair, tent, and then I had a bag.
Right. I feel
Bearing
like you
in
can
mind-
never be prepared enough for these festivals.
Bearing in mind, travel bag was full, rucksack was full. The tent and the armchair doesn't wrap around your arms like they
Right.
should do.
Yeah.
They kind of sit awkwardly and you have to keep pulling back up. And the bag I had was just full of booze. As in an 18 crate of inches.
Mm-hmm.
A 2-litre box of wine.
Jesus
They're
Christ.
great. They're great. And then also I bought a 9 crate of Monsters as well.
A 9 crate.
I finished them.
God damn.
They kept me going.
You had 9 monsters in 5 days. Oh, actually, that's not bad.
I was gonna say I have more than that usually. Is that bad? Should I be worried?
I reckon you should stop counting your heartbeats on the daily just to monitor them.
And then Eva had a similar amount, in terms to her. Like, I can't remember what she was carrying, but she had a very similar setup to me. And oh my good god, the distance between car and Midgard, the camping area, it feels about like half a mile.
They make you
more.
move, don't they?
They
make you move.
That was my first festival, by the way. The one this Bloodstock just gone.
Yeah.
I will never make the same mistake again
Mm-hmm.
because I am going Bloodstock next year.
Yeah.
I will never make that same mistake
Mm-hmm.
because Jesus Christ,
Mm-hmm.
bring a trolley.
Yeah.
But we got to the campsite all safe and sound,
Yeah.
knackered, but safe and sound. We were camped up next to this lovely group of people, massive stoners, and all in their 40s. But they were very
They
chill.
often are now.
Yeah. They didn't offer anything though.
Oh.
They asked if we had any substances taken off us, and I said no because I was too scared to bring any.
on the download, right? There's a security guard had a sniffer dog. Let the dog sniff you and said, "Have you got anything on you?" And he'd go, "Why haven't you got anything on you?" He'd just be like, "Why haven't you? Come on, it's a festival."
Do you know what? I did get something confiscated though.
What?
A gas can
Oh,
for my
God.
stove. Yeah,
Excuse me,
hardcore of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost a gas can for me stove, me cooker that I brought to a festival.
Yeah.
Most people just have fire.
Yeah. Them kind of things just disappear after the first day.
Yeah.
Like you forget that you see they're there and they're like, "Get out of my way."
Yeah. So we got there Wednesday. We pitched up and everything. We walked around the campsite because we were in Midgard because it's the most fun and the most dangerous. That's where all the action happens,
Right.
which we'll get to. And Wednesday night, so basically not half the people went there because we were early arrival, and we basically walked around, see what was there. There's a little shop that basically just come from Glastonbury because there were still water bottles in the fridge that said Glastonbury on it.
Oh, brill.
And I have one in my car. It's metal.
Amazing.
And
So you literally have things from Glastonbury.
Essentially, yeah. Even though I didn't go,
Yeah.
and I will never go.
Yeah. Sod that.
Yeah, Wednesday was basically like a write-off because we just got there and I think we just drank and then went to bed. Thursday was first technical real day.
Right.
Actually, wait, when was the day I got blackout drunk?
Which day didn't you get blackout drunk? Is that an easy
Not
question
all
to
of
ask? Not all of them. Good. Because I hate people who spoil their festival by doing that.
The thing is, I wish I didn't drink as much and I wish I actually saw more bands. 'Cause I didn't see many bands.
It's your first festival.
Yeah, I know next year I want to see more and actually experience because I keep seeing Bloodstock posts on Instagram about all these bands that I missed. I'm like, oh, I wish I saw them. But no, I think Wednesday we ended up drinking with a few other campmates. Thursday rolled around. That was technically the first day of bands.
Right.
And we caught the first band that was playing on Bloodstock and as a whole. Which
Right.
is very cool. I can't remember who they are. The music was fine.
Yeah.
Like, it was great, like, in terms of performance, but, you know,
Metal.
I wouldn't write home about it.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, that's cool, they're the first band on. Anyway.
Gotta witness that. First band of
Acid
2024.
Age. That's what,
Acid Age.
I think that's what they're called, Acid Age.
Damn, okay.
I think. Could be wrong. Don't quote me.
I won't.
Thursday was alright, but that was the first day you could actually walk around the arena.
Yeah.
So me and Eva were just like completely like going around shops and stuff like that because main stage wasn't open. All the it was just Sophie Lancaster stage that was open, and we were just walking around the arena checking out all those shops. I picked up a Slipknot shirt.
Nice.
It's very comfy. I think I also picked up a Bloodstock shirt that day as well because that was the first day of the merch. So I was like, ran in and grabbed the shirt, and they already didn't have a size of the shirt I wanted, so I got my second choice, which is, you know,
Brilliant.
fine. That was basically Thursday. Just walk around, check out the arena, see what's going on.
Yeah.
I think me and Eva drank again. We saw the last band that played on Thursday night, and they were pretty good. I can't remember who it was though. Friday,
Yep.
Eva didn't drink as much because she had a shift on Saturday, Sunday. She was volunteering.
Right.
I don't think I did either.
No.
Can't remember. No, Friday. I remember Friday.
You got blackout drunk, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh God.
It was a bad day.
Yeah.
Because basically we woke up Friday, we were fine. We woke up late because, you know, it's festival. Who's going to wake up early in the morning unless you see
You'd
a
be
band?
surprised there's people still awake.
Well, other than that.
Yeah.
Who's got their alarm set for 8 in the morning and go, oh, right, time to get me day started.
Let's get a beer, like
Yeah.
8 a.m. Boom.
We woke up late, we started late. We were both feeling a bit groggy because we drank a lot Thursday night. But that's when the heat was coming through. Like, we were fully feeling the weather because it was just nothing but sun that entire weekend, which is lovely. But when you're in a festival and you're in that part of the stage where you wake up and you just sat outside your tent waiting for everyone to get together,
Yeah.
and you just sat there.
And you can feel yourself sticking to
literally
things.
You're just cooking.
Yeah.
Like, I was medium rare the entire festival, mate. And it was rough as hell. We were both feeling a bit groggy. I think even much more than me, but I was putting on sunscreen.
Yeah.
Put it all over me, all over me bits.
Yeah.
I put it on bits up here.
Yeah.
And on my nose.
Where did you miss? Where did you miss?
No, not where I missed. I shouldn't have put it on my face because I was that hot. I was sweating me tits off.
Sun cream in your eye.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not hot.
No.
And then you get sand from the floor and dust, and then it'll.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes and no. It was just really, really irritating. I had to go to the doctors and be like, "Help me! I won't stop crying."
I bet they saw a lot of you that.
He literally walked up to me and went, "Dust?" I went, "Don't think so." And he's like, "You put sun cream on your face?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Sick. Come into the sink. Wash your eye out. Here's a wet towel. Grow up." He's like, "Just keep washing it. Just keep dabbing it."
Go on, kids.
But you know what? I'm really upset because my eyes started acting up an hour before Hatebreed.
Oh, so you saw half of Hatebreed.
I washed my eyes, sorted myself out.
Yeah.
And then like I was at the tent and Eva was getting a bit antsy, so we were like we got up and like walked around, and not antsy, but she wanted to like get up and see stuff. And I told her I really want to see Hatebreed, and
You didn't. Well, you did, but
I saw him from really far away.
Yeah.
Like basically like where the food stalls were. Like
outside
behind the sound desk.
Outside the tent.
Yeah, I wish it was on main stage.
Oh.
And I literally watched the footage afterward, and they had a thing called Ball of Death. It was a massive inflatable ball that they just threw into the fucking crowd.
Amazing.
I wish I was there.
That'd have been insane.
From what I caught though, I did catch a bit of it. Like we stood there for about 10-15 minutes watching the set, and it was incredible. Yeah. It was great. I wish I was there for longer, but I think that's when Eva started feeling like she was going to throw up as well, and I was like, yeah, my eye's fucked. I need to like lie down.
Yeah.
So that's what we call that. But Friday we also we came to our senses a bit in the afternoon. We were like, all right, okay, we're a bit better now. We decided we missed Opeth.
Yeah.
Which is a Friday headliner.
I would as well.
I've never listened to Opeth.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't really care. There was also Clutch was on.
Oh.
I don't really care.
Mate, they're all right, you know.
Are they?
I think so.
The more thing is, this is what's in my mind for it though. The only people I saw actually talking about Clutch and raving about Clutch, they were all above 50.
Right.
So I was like,
Clutch played Download last year.
Did they?
Yeah, think so. I think they were one of the first on the main stage.
Really?
Don't quote me.
Okay.
I think they might have been good. Can't remember. Probably saw them.
I saw a clip of them. And they sounded great, but I'm not kicking myself.
Yeah.
But we missed Clutch. We missed Opeth by the time we got into the arena. I think Opeth had just finished playing, but we went to Sophie Lancaster because every night Sophie Lancaster had the last band on.
Right.
And it wasn't a big band like Opeth or Architects or A Monolith. Friday they had a band called Igor.
Igor. Ooh.
Igorrr. Igor.
Rings a bell. Good.
That's so confusing.
Confusing.
That's so confusing. The main member of the band is a DJ.
Right.
As in an actual mixing DJ.
Right.
The guitarist is like insane. The singer, singer one. The main guy, dressed in all black with a cloak and paint all over his face. Yeah. He was
like a member of Behemoth.
Literally looked like a member of Behemoth. Literally just ripping it out. Yeah. And then the music would change into normal music, but classical music. I'm
trying to figure out how that fits with the DJ.
This is where the DJ comes in. He would switch the beat, because he was also drums, essentially. But he would switch the beat to a classical beat. Like classical music. Like actual waltzing music,
right?
And then this other singer would come in, red dress. She was beautiful,
mate.
Oh my god, opera, literal opera vocals.
Oh god, this is what happens when people smoke DMT.
Literally, I was in that crowd, and I remember saying to Eva, like, the amount of people who are losing their mind right now, and we were in front of people who were losing their mind, and but it was incredible. It worked. everything about that band on paper sounds like it shouldn't work.
Yeah.
I would never listen to them on headphones.
Just the dress code doesn't work from what I know.
But it worked. That's what I'm saying. Oh no, they did have a drummer actually. The drummer was great. The drummer was absolutely incredible. He was really, really good. Yeah, on paper it should not work. I listened to it on Spotify. It did not feel the same. But live, the awe of me and Eva both realizing that the female's vocals weren't on a track and were live. Yeah, and they were that good that we were both like, yeah. Because I'm taller than Eva, so I could see her first, right? And I was like, her vocals are great, and Eva was like, wait, what? And so what she's
singing,
and then she saw, and she's like, oh, there's a woman on there.
There's a woman singing,
and it was beautiful. It was so that was Friday night. I think.
I'm tempted to listen to this band though.
They're really weird. They're really weird.
Igor.
Yeah. Saturday. Saturday.
Was that Architects Day?
Ooh. Eva's first shift, so she was gone for most of the day. Was this the day? No, that was wrong way. I saw a band called Ignia. Yeah, they were great. Very, very ginger vibes. Right. That's all I gotta say. Very ginger. They were good. They were good.
Ginger and
but I spent a lot of time in the small tent. Right. Saturday and Sunday. I spent a lot of time in the small Metal to the Masses tent, seeing all the small bands that won. Metal to the Masses is like a competition around like the UK, where you can basically compete to have a chance to play in Bloodstock, and all the winners got to play on the stage. And I was basically just like checking out all the bands that won. So like, they're cool.
I'm guessing there's more than one of them though. Do they do like Metal to the Masses, like London Metal to the Masses? Right. Okay.
I was in.
Was there a Liverpool one?
No, I think the close one was Manchester.
Yeah, because that's the only one I know about.
Manchester, then there's one in Wrexham.
Really?
There's a North Wales one, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I sent you a gig link to one in North Wales. Because I can't remember who was playing.
Mate, so much has happened in North Wales, I just don't know about until the day it happens.
Yeah, same.
And then there'll be like a huge festival on where someone big-ish is headlining, and I'm like, that's down the road. What's going on? A minute. But where's the posters?
Thing is, I remember seeing the gig poster for the North Wales one, and then I actually couldn't find out where it was happening. And so I was like, I didn't bother trying to get a gig. Anyways, but like I saw all the small bands playing Metal to the Masses, and gave my love, gave my support. Yeah. I think I saw a band that won the Manchester one there. Yeah. A band called Hellbearer.
My friend Sam plays drums for him.
Well,
I went.
Really?
I went to college with him. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool. I have a shirt of Hellbearer. Mate, they're great.
Me and Sam met in first year of college, and we were both starting the same course, but he's a couple of years older than me. So that's the first time I'd met someone like a similar age to me with tattoos, and I was like, whoa, you're cool.
I was going to say, he doesn't fit the same vibe as the rest of the band, because I don't know if you've seen the rest of the guys.
He's so cool.
Because the drummer looked kind of, I don't want to say normal.
He's gnarly.
Yeah.
But trust me, he's gnarly.
But also the front man, the other lead guitarist, and the bassist, they all look like stoners who listen to Pantera.
Right, yeah.
Whereas Sam doesn't.
I think it's the hair.
The hair is all curly and long. The other guitarist is literally just nothing but skin and bone. But it's so like...
Yeah, he's a dude.
And then the bassist, I have a funny story about the bassist.
Oh, yeah.
If you're watching this, I'm sorry, but... Massive dope.
Yeah.
I like his vibe, but I remember when I saw them in Manchester for Metal to the Masses, and after seeing them, I was like, oh my god, I want to grab a shirt, because they were so great. And I remember going up to the merch stand, and obviously whoever was running the merch stand was out like having a piss.
Yeah.
So they put the bassist on the front.
Oh my god,
they put the bassist on the desk to basically manage it. And I walked up and I asked, hey, can I have that shirt in XL, please? And he looked at me like I just killed his firstborn son. He literally, he turned and looked at me and went, and I was like, do you have it in size? He was like, and then he went and reached it, pulled it out, and he was like, £15, please. And I was like, is it right for a card? And he was
might have been surprised.
And he was like, I was like, is the card alright? And he was like, and he got the thing out, and he just went, I'll have to wait.
Made the connection.
And I was like, I didn't want to ask, like, what do you mean? What do you mean wait? And then he was just sat there, and we were just like awkwardly stood next to her. Eva was there with me, so I was able to like talk to her and not look at the guy who was just like.
You should have been like, great show. Thanks.
I was so awkward. He wouldn't give me nothing. If I spoke to him, he wouldn't give me nothing. So I was basically just like talking to me, and then found this lady who came over, who was obviously like a mum of like member of the band or like a girlfriend or something like that. She came and was like, "Hi, there's just this shirt, yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, just a shirt." And she's like, "All right, great. Oh, do you want to post it?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want to post it." "Okay, great. That'll be that." And like, I got to sort it straight away. Yeah. And the guy was just stood behind her like. Like he was just lost completely to the world.
To be fair, he just played Bloodstock.
No, this was before.
This is before they played.
Actually, Metal to the Masses.
Oh, he must have been. Oh, Metal to the Masses.
At
the
Metal
actual
to the
thing.
Masses.
Oh,
Yeah. At Metal to the Masses.
I was gonna say if it is at Bloodstock.
I would have understood him.
Himself.
Oh, he's fucking. Oh, I would completely understand.
Oh,
but this is just Metal to the Masses. But I also think that was their first gig in Metal to the Masses.
Right.
But he wasn't shit scared. It was just like. Like a brick wall.
Like most metal.
Like there was nothing.
Players.
Literally no lights on. No lights on at all. But bless him, he's a great bassist.
Have you ever seen any interviews with what's the drummer's name from Behemoth?
Behemoth.
I think he used to be called like Destroyer or like something like that. They used to call him Destroyer, and there's a video of him speaking, and I don't know where he's from, but he sounds Russian.
Right,
and
okay.
It's just so deadpan. He's like, "Yes, I have this symbol because it is the best sound."
It's like ambient European.
Yeah, and he was just like, "Yes, this sound is very good for our music," and it's just like that's it, and it's like, "Oh, good."
That's what the bassist was like.
Yeah. How do you speak to your kids then? Could you imagine?
Did you enjoy your meal today, son?
I would like a coffee. Yes.
Delightful. Yes. So I got to see Hellbearer, which was great.
Yeah.
Then it was around.
They're doing bits as well.
Yeah.
Hellbearer. Fair dues.
It was around the time then that I was in and out of seeing Eva, and it was getting close to the time where Malevolence were coming on.
Good.
I don't listen to Malevolence. I've only heard a handful of songs like
Mistake
Keep Your
number 5.
Mistake number 20.
Yeah.
After leaving that gig, I now own 2 albums. But I was like, I still want to see them. I still want to check them out, see what they're about. And like, I know they're kind of like fucking hard shit. Like, fucking, they might not be hardcore, but like they're fucking hard.
In my opinion, they're like, imagine if Slayer and like a hardcore band got married and had a child and then abandoned it, and then they made a band.
I didn't know. I didn't realize there was clean vocals.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a prop. It's not
it's
like
the
Creed, but it's like a proper like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But they came on, and like I remember standing there while they were like getting ready and coming on, and I remember just being like, I can't remember if people 2-step to Malevolence or not, so I don't really know what to do.
They do.
Don't know if they crowd. I don't know if they crowd kill. I don't know what to expect. I think I'm just gonna mosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got beat to shit.
Yeah.
And I loved every second of it.
Oh,
it was incredible. I was basically where I was. I wasn't perfectly in the middle. I think Eva was stood off to the side because she was like, I don't even. Yeah, she was stood off to the side because she couldn't be arsed moshing. Mm-hmm. And if she was like in and out. Like, yeah. But she wasn't in the pit. But I was in the pit.
Yeah.
I was
getting battered.
I wouldn't say I was in the middle. I was more there, like a ping pong ball, because I was just getting fucking battered. Yeah. It was great. The amount of skinhead, topless, big beefy men that just whacked me a new one.
Let me just double check that's still recording.
Yeah, go on then, look.
Before we carry on too far, and all of a sudden half the podcast just isn't there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's still going. We're still good. We're still fine.
Boss mode.
Yeah. Cool. Pop your pop filter on a bit more. There you go. Boom. Yeah. We're good. We're good. So you got battered to Malevolence.
Yeah,
you were in the middle.
My big toe still hurts.
Yeah, you broke it, didn't you? Or did you bruise it?
I don't know, because I still can't kind of bend it as much as the other one.
I reckon it might have been
I might have fractured it.
Mistakes like fractured, yeah.
I think I probably fractured it because somebody stood on it. I remember when, I remember how, and I remember like it was halfway through the set, or like it was like 75% through the set, and I remember just being stood on like the back sidelines because there was like 20 pits.
Yeah.
I remember getting to the final pit. We're basically in front of the soundstage.
Yeah.
Massive, just circle pit.
Yeah.
I ran around. I was like, "This is my chance," and I just ran out.
Yeah.
It took a minute. I remember just standing up and be like, "Oh." And then
that hurt.
The thing is, this pissed me off though. Ow, because I
You just hit it.
yeah because I hurt myself, and I was pitting so fucking up. Malevolence were great.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Would see again.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
Mate.
What's it called? Because I got so beat up and I went so hard from Malevolence.
Yeah.
I missed Silosis. You don't. I know.
Mate.
I want to off myself.
Yeah.
Everybody who I bumped into was like, "You're going to see Silosis for Architects." I was like, "Oh, I don't want to miss out on a good place for Architects."
You get a place pretty quickly, you find.
Yeah.
You lose and gain places quite quick.
Yeah.
It's like the stock market. It's just...
Especially at a festival.
Yeah.
I should have seen them. Because I basically, Malevolence finished and everybody just funneled over to Silos. I bumped into 2 people that I met like throughout the festival, and they were both like, "They were great, weren't they?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "You're going to see Silosis?" I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Ow." I basically ran off back to my campsite, got 2 cans of liquid death.
Yeah.
Held my toe like a baby in fetal position. And then just drank myself to heal. And then like I came back into the arena.
You took a chug jug and then just went back in.
Literally, yeah. And I was just limping around. I called Eva, being like, "Where are you?" She's like, "I'm in the middle of Silosis." I was like, "Great."
Oh,
Sick.
great. Have fun. Enjoy Silosis while I can't.
And do you know what? I came back into the arena.
Yeah.
And I walked over to the tent, and they were having technical difficulties.
Brill.
So the one time I actually came over to actually see Silosis in person, they're in technical difficulties.
That sucks.
I'm so upset. Because apparently the rest of the set was incredible.
Yeah.
Apparently it was really, really great.
Yeah.
And I will never know. But you know what I do know?
What?
That Architects were great.
Yeah.
That Architects were incredible. Apparently on video.
Yeah. No, I wasn't.
It doesn't sound great. But in person, it sounded incredible. I was basically near enough front row.
Right.
I was about 4 bodies away from the railing, which is basically front row in my mind.
Yeah, at a festival it is anyway.
I was that far away from Metallica when I saw them in 2019.
Damn.
I was 4 people from the front.
Mate, that's good going, that, because it's hard to, especially with Metallica gigs, no one moves, so once you get there.
We paid a lot of money for that ticket.
I can imagine.
Me dad did. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
But I was basically... That's why I went early. I need a good place, because it's the only band I care about playing Bloodstock right now, and I need to see them. So I pushed right to the front. And, good Lord, there were phases of that gig. They were incredible. Their entire set... I think I didn't know the lyrics for 1 song, which in my mind, that's a win.
Yeah.
Because I just got to enjoy it for a
That's
moment.
perfect.
Every song I knew. They played Doomsday. I had a little cry. It was beautiful. Me and this middle-aged bloke who was also singing the lyrics along, must have been pissed.
Yeah.
He was livid, but he was screaming the lyrics back at me. We were having a massive sing-song. And, God, they were just great. Architects were just great. And, God, what's it called? It didn't sound as bad as it did on video. But they sounded great to me. There was a part in the set, though, where basically throughout the festival, Hatebreed has set the record for 900 crowd surfers.
Yeah.
Malevolence broke it by having 902. So Architects, with their big brain, were like, let's try and beat the record.
Yeah.
We don't care about health and safety.
Yeah, not many bands do now, to be fair.
If you hear a band say, I want to break a record for crowd surfers, and you're 4 people from the front row,
you're screwed.
Don't be 4 people from the front row.
No, don't.
Go, leave. Just get out of there. Because I was genuinely worried about Crowd Crush.
Were you on duty for the people going over?
Of course I am. I'm over 6 foot.
Oh, that's good.
I have to be.
Mate, I just get squashed in with everyone else. My
Yeah,
5 foot
you're
six
fine. You get to go
ass.
and just duck and have a little break, have a little breather.
Put my hood up. Boom.
Yeah, literally, I was stuck. I was having to help because people around me were like, fucking lift.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's a benefit of being pocket sized. I can just chill.
yeah. Yeah. Because it got to a point where there was too many people over that I actually nearly fell over and got crushed myself.
Real.
And I ended up like having to take like 5 minutes to be like on the floor.
Yeah.
Which isn't nice either.
No.
The amount of fucking bodies that are trying to shuffle through you.
Mm-hmm.
That was rough.
Yeah.
But the rest of the gig, amazing. Brilliant. No notes. They're incredible. I can't remember who played after Architects. I don't think I
They
can.
headlined.
Yeah, there was another band afterwards though.
Really?
In Sophie Lancaster. Yeah, it's the same
Oh,
Friday.
oh, right. I thought you meant on the main stage. I was like, Jesus Christ.
No, Architects
I was going
closed
to say
that
the crew
stage.
have got some tight schedules to stick to there. Jesus.
Yeah, no, there was a band on at Sophie Lancaster, but I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Igor. I don't know if I got the days wrong. Can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Sunday's where it all went wrong, isn't it?
Yes. Sunday is the penultimate day, where it's the last day of the
waiting
festival.
for.
Yes. Sunday was the, oh my god, my body, ow.
Yeah. It's the last day. I've got to give it the beans.
Yeah, it was also a rough day. I was like, you know what, this is where I just like, I have
Is this
fun.
where you drank 8 of your 9 monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 2 left by
You
the
had
start.
2 left.
On the start of Sunday, which was pretty good. Started Sunday by waking up to go find Eva because she was on shift.
Wait, which monster?
White.
White, yeah.
Because it was
It's just lemonade.
Because you can buy 2 9-packs. You can buy the normal 9-pack of the monster, or you can buy a 9-pack of the white monster.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna get the 9-pack of the white monster.
Yeah. See, I'm a pink rosa kind of guy.
I'm a mango
Loco.
Mango loco.
Mango Loco just equals phlegm.
Really?
Not a fan.
Do you know what? I drink that for vocals.
For breakfast.
I drink it for vocals.
Damn.
Because it keeps my energy up.
Yeah.
Because vocals take so much out of me. But doing vocals, I'm having a monster. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like roided up.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. Sunday,
woke up, went to go find Eva on shift. She was working the Metal to the Masses tent, which is incredible. She basically got a free seat, right? Cause she was working accessibility, so she had to basically let people onto the viewing platform, and stuff like that. And what's it called? So she basically got a free seat to watch the entire gig, which is cool.
fantastic.
Yeah. So I was in and out seeing her, and I ended up going around the first band that played on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
A band called Raised by Owls.
Yeah. Good.
They're a story.
Raised by owls.
They're all dressed in priest clothing, like literally priest collars.
Yeah.
Very cool look.
Yeah.
The singer was so sweet because he's local to Derby, I think, or the band's local to Derby at least, and he brought his mum out on stage.
Amazing.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
And it was very adorable. Apparently, I can't remember what she said because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I came in later on the set, and I came into a part of the set where the main thing was like, right, Bloodstock, for all your sins this weekend, you have spawned Satan himself.
Oh God! And then his mum came out.
Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby. You know Mr.
Brill.
Blobby from BBC, CBBC?
Yeah.
Terrifying thing.
Yeah.
He came out on stage, was walking around,
Yeah.
and like proper moshing on stage.
Sick.
Creepy as hell. I remember being sat there just watching the stage like, what the fuck is happening? What is going on?
Imagine if someone on that crowd was on like acid and they just see that, they'd be like, oh no, I need to go home. I need to take 5.
It was 10 in the morning or like 8 in the morning, so if someone was off their head, they've got an issue, not the band.
Yeah.
But they were great. Raised Brows were great. Then I went over to see Eva, and I think I hung around for a bit, did a few laps, bought a belt, too big for me. Punched some holes in, still too big for me. Got a cool buckle though.
Cool buckle.
I got a Malevolent shirt.
Yeah.
I found out about Malevolence's label, MLV LTD.
Yeah.
They're great. They had their own stall in Bloodstock.
Right.
Basically, you could go in and like buy merch from all the bands that they manage, including a band called Guilt Trip, who were great. I managed to get a shirt from Guilt Trip. I got an album from Guilt Trip and Malevolence while I was there.
Cool.
Sunday was kind of a blur for most of it, other than like seeing a bunch of like small bands. We saw an event that was on. I don't know if it was Sunday, but it might be one of those. I'm going to mention it now. We saw Viking Battles. Mm-hmm. Basically, a bunch of grown men dressed as Vikings, or like just random like Crusaders, medieval.
That's
like,
so Bloodstock.
So cool.
That's
and they
so
just
Bloodstock.
fought swords and shields.
Yeah.
And they just fought.
That's amazing.
And it was incredible. Me and Eva were just on the sidelines and we were just screaming. I think it might be Friday that we saw him because I remember my eye being like that. I was like, yeah.
That must have been fantastic.
Sunday was kind of a blur because we saw a few bands on Sunday. I can't remember specifically who we saw, but we did see quite a few cool stuff. Mm-hmm. We ended up going back to the 10. Eva was like, right, okay, this is my last day. I'm getting fucked. I'm getting absolutely blitzed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to drive tomorrow. I'm going to get moderately drunk.
Yeah, I'm going to get moderately drunk.
Moderately drunk, by the way, to me, is just over the limit of, oh my God, you should probably slow down.
Right, okay.
That's my moderately.
Right, okay.
So I was pretty wavy by the time we got back to the arena. We got back to the arena, and Amon Amarth were playing. Oh, like we just got there just before Amon Amarth started, or just as they started, or whatever. We saw Amon Amarth. They were great. Mm. I don't really have many notes because I don't really. Nice.
That was a pop.
If you didn't hear, he just popped his knuckles. Amon Amarth were great. Viking, cool stuff. Their set was great. Like not the set as in songs, but their stage. Sorry, love. Their stage. Their stage was great.
Yeah.
The entire setup was brilliant.
Didn't you say that was the best stage set of the weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. It was. They had the most creative. I didn't see Opeth's.
Everyone else just uses screens now. It's boring.
Because I think Opeth used screens, but they had cool visuals. Architects used screens because they always use screens, and to be fair, it works for them.
This is why Iron Maiden are the best.
They do. They go all out, don't they?
Exactly. They don't need these big screens and stuff. They just bring a literal robot with a gun on stage and right, fight.
Yeah. You lads, Eddie and Eddie, go at.
Go at, lads. Hey, Bruce, get a gun, lad. Come on. Every
time. Yeah, no, their stage was incredible. Mm-hmm. But we saw them. And I think me and Eva both snuck drinks in, so we were drinking throughout the set. Right. Eva crowd surfed 3 times to Amon Amarth.
That is a gal right there. Go ahead, gal.
Which is incredible, because she was like, I haven't crowd surfed this entire festival, I'm crowd surfing now.
Yeah.
And she came back to me 3 times, like, hello, I crowd surfed, I'm going again. And then ran away, then came back, hello, I crowd surfed again,
it's so
I'm
fun
going
when
again.
When you do it, innit?
I haven't done it.
What?
I haven't crowd surfed.
Oh my God! Well, we're making that. My 5'6" ass will spin you around and. Honestly, I will try my best to make you crowd surf.
I'm too scared to crowd
plotting
surf.
you're crowd surfing.
No, we're seeing plotting you, by the way.
Yeah,
soon. When?
Fucking hell! Oh my God!
It's fine. It's just Velcro.
I thought it was fire.
Is it still on?
No, it's not. It's fell off, but it's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. My heart is beeping. I was convinced that was fire. I was convinced that was going to be fire.
Is that still rolling?
It is. We're fine.
Oh, thank God.
Carry on.
Right, so we were drinking. Me and Eva were like absolutely off our heads, pissed, and we wanted to really do the waltzes.
Yeah. Because
we've been talking about doing the waltzes. Take a breath.
I'm fine.
Carry
on.
Need some more coffee.
My coffee. Carry on.
We were talking about doing the waltzes the entire weekend, but something always came in the way of doing the waltzes.
Right. Yeah.
So we were like, "Fuck it, we're drunk. We're gonna have fun,
we're
gonna do the waltzes."
Yeah.
And you know what? We were fine. Bit squirmy, but we were all right. I think we did it before Amon Amarth. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. But we did the waltzes, and we were like, "Oh,
yeah,
probably should have done that." Then it was basically the end of the night because I was like, "Okay, we've had fun at Amon Amarth.
Yeah.
Let's go see." We went to see the final band was playing. I can't remember who they were. Another band. They all kind of blur into one.
It gets to that point.
Yeah, literally the last band playing in the entire weekend. They could have been great.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have known. We stayed behind for a blood rave.
A blood rave.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Where it doesn't sound as intense as it was. It was completely dead.
Sick.
Big lights were on as well.
Good.
So it wasn't really a rave. It was more like people standing around going like...
That's what raves are. I don't like them.
Yeah, me neither left.
I just see videos from on stories and I'm like, oh.
Me neither left pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because we were like, this is a bit shit. We then decided to make our way back to the campsite.
And this is where it started to go down.
For those of you who don't know about Midgard and Bloodstock, it has a history of
Midgard being the name of the camp.
Yeah.
Right.
The Midgard is a campsite, yeah, because there's multiple different campsites around the festival. Midgard has a notoriety, if you will, about being violent, and extra and having a bit of fun while being drunk or drugged.
Yeah.
And there's a history of bin jousting, where there'll be two teams essentially. Either side has a dustbin. There's a wrestler on either dustbin, and then there's pushers who push the dustbin, and then they collide.
Yeah.
And the wrestlers have to fight to get the other wrestler off.
Yep.
Now, they have just regulated this because it's been years of our regulation. And last year, Eva told me that she watched someone break their leg in front of her.
Oh, that's something you can't see.
Yeah. I think she was so drunk that she's kind of wiped it away, which is,
yeah,
a bit of help. So I walked into Midgard and they've just started regulating this, so they put it on as like an actual event.
Yeah.
With an announcer who used to announce the old one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so content on just watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just a little drunk.
Yeah.
And I was a little intrigued. And I was like, you know what? I want to help. I want to push a dustbin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to get on it because I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I will break something and I need to drive in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm just going to push it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to push it really fucking well because I can't get hurt pushing it. So walked in, signed a waiver.
Yeah.
That they make you sign.
Wait, so they've got like an event for this?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's not safe. Don't do it. Or if you're a daredevil, then do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. You have to sign a waiver so they're not,
liable for your destruction.
Yeah. Literally. So if you break a bone, it doesn't come back on then, or if you die.
They're like, ha, you're right.
And I remember seeing, flipping to a page that said, next of kin. I was like, Eva. Number. What's your number?
Come on, I want a bin joust.
Yeah. So basically I signed it all, got to a bin, and I was pushing the bin. And to be fair, my team were doing really bad. Mm-hmm. So I was a bit like, right, okay, hyping everyone up. I was hyping the crowd up. I was doing great. Yeah. I was really hyping the crowd up. I was screaming. I was shouting.
Yeah.
My team started winning.
Yeah.
We had a few wrestlers come off, and then this girl came on, and she seemed a bit new, and I was like, all right, okay, that's right. If you just hold onto the side, grip really well, but when you hit, just lunge yourself forward, as in lunge yourself and kick your legs out. Mm-hmm. Lunge yourself forward, just try and get that other one off. Bearing in mind, I was stood right behind her.
Right.
So when the bins collided, she did what I told her to, and kicked her legs out. Mm-hmm. She was wearing walking boots. Mm-hmm. Not shoes, not trainers, not Vans. Walking boots. Thick rubber.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a steel toe, but it felt like one.
Yeah. Bash
right into the top of my head.
Yeah.
Crack down on my tooth, and I now have lost my front tooth.
Brill. Mate.
After it happened, I remember being like, my tooth. And they're like, okay, come over here. It's fine, it's okay. Can you see straight? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. My tooth is gone. And they're like, okay, we're going to get the EMTs over.
Right.
So you just sit there and you wait. Yeah. And so I sat there and I was like, my fucking tooth.
I can't even see where it's gone.
Fucking tooth is fucking gone. And
I bet you she's got
they're still fucking wrestling.
She's got that wedge in the bottom of her walking boot.
I hope so. As a reminder that I am out there.
Yeah.
And I will find her.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna... You think it's gonna...
Let's just make sure we're still recording. Boom. We're still recording. We're fine.
Boss. So I was sat there waiting for the EMTs to come over. They came over. they finally looked at me and they were like, right, light in my eyes. They're like, can you see? Are you feeling dizzy? I was like, yeah, my tooth hurts. And they're like, okay, but are you like, we're more worried that you have a concussion. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Because was your head swollen?
I got kicked there in the temple.
Oh, that's
not temple. Like literally, my frontal lobe.
Oh God.
Where me noggin sits.
Where all your good ideas sit.
Where all my band names are. Yeah. Can't lose that. I got kicked there, and they're like, we are more worried that you have a concussion. Your tooth, you can just call a dentist or call 111. They'll sort it for you. Mm-hmm. We're more worried that you might die. And I was like, fair enough. You got me there. And they're like,
though.
Yeah. Bit rough. Can't drink.
Paracetamol, please.
The thing is, it cracked and there was a nerve ending exposed.
Oh.
So I couldn't. Drinking water was the only thing I could do.
Oh, mate.
Because drinking water was refreshing.
Salt and vinegar crisps. One salt and vinegar crisps and you're dead.
Lad.
You're gone.
Lad. I had Mackey's chips the day after. Yeah. And I was like eating from the side and a bit of salt. I remember being there in the car like, no, but I was fine. And they were like, are you feeling dizzy? And I was like, I'm drunk.
You're drunk?
So yeah. And they're like, right, okay. Stay up for an hour. Mm-hmm. If you're feeling really dizzy and really woozy and feel like you're going to fall asleep, as in like you literally can't control yourself and you're like slurring speech and you got Eva over by the chance, like keep an eye on them, then you need to come straight to us because you've probably got a concussion. So I was sat there in my camp like a sad sack of shit. Yeah. Broken tooth, just like... I'll never be the same again.
Everyone else binge jousting, still having fun.
Yeah. There was a massive crowd amassing by where we were camping as well. Like what happens past 2 a.m, that's when every person just meets in Midgard and then just starts doing random violent shit.
Damn.
Like wrestling each other.
Yeah.
Apparently, because Eva stayed up because it was her last night, so she wanted to have some fun and I went to fucking camp. I was like,
I was Game of Thrones over there.
Upset about my tooth. I wanted to just like rest it off.
Yeah.
Apparently there was like wrestling going on, fighting and shit, and I was like, thank God I wasn't there.
Yeah, you'd have lost more teeth.
Yeah.
You'd have come home with no nerves.
Literally. And that was Sunday.
That was Sunday.
So then came back Monday, drove for about, I want to say 6 hours. Drove just over nearly 3 hours to Eva's place. Then
with half a tooth hanging out.
Well, half a tooth hanging out, yeah. Then drove home, which was another like hour, or just over an hour. Got home and I was like, Mum, I've run out of money and I'm missing a tooth. To which she was just like, right, 111, 8 a.m, call them. Prick. So I did that, and yeah, that was basically my bloodstock experience. I've now got an appointment to get a root canal.
That's amazing. And your next festival is Outbreak Fest, which we are both going to, which is going to be insane. I hope
we are both going to Outbreak.
I hope you lose considerably less teeth at this one.
I hope I don't lose teeth.
I mean, like fair, considerably less, meaning none.
Yeah. I only lost half a tooth.
Yeah.
So less than half a tooth. A chip.
Yeah.
Oh God, we haven't spoke about Outbreak yet, have we?
No.
Jesus Christ alive.
I don't even know how long in we are.
I think we're past an hour, but it's
I think we are.
Let's keep going anyways.
Yeah. I don't know why my GoPro ended at 20 minutes and then just kept rolling.
Your GoPro's a fucking soldier. Yeah, we're both going Outbreak, and my God, we're going to, for context, we're going to autumn Outbreak, not actual Outbreak, because that was already been in the summer.
Yeah.
We are going to the small Outbreak, which is only one day. Literally one day, full of bands. Opens at 11.
Yep.
Close at curfew's at 10, by the way.
Is it?
It's weird, isn't it?
Wait, it starts at 11 a.m.
Starts at 11 a.m.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You're getting to mine the day before, mate. It starts at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
On all the way until 10. Cause it's supposed to be like a 12-hour thing.
That's 11 hours.
But apparently curfew's at 10.
Oh.
Which is, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Get home and play Smash.
Yeah. Smash Bros.
Yes. Oh my God, the lineup is crazy. There are
a lot of bands I don't know because you're a hardcore kid. And
yes.
I'm not.
There are.
I mean, I am, but I'm not. But I am, but I'm not.
End it.
Yeah.
Whispers. Speed. That's most of the ones that I know. There's a band called Fleshwater though.
Story so far.
Don't listen to them because they're kind of emo. There's a band called Fleshwater playing, which made me buy the ticket to begin with.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to buy it with my friend Ned, and Ned introduced me to a band called Fleshwater.
Mm-hmm.
Have I shown you Fleshwater? I think I've shown you.
Have.
I need to force you to listen to their album.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why you haven't.
You're just gonna get a spoon of flesh. What I'm like.
Literally, yeah, I'm gonna spoon feed it to you. Fleshwater, they're kind of shoegaze meets metal. You would like it.
Okay.
If
that sounds interesting.
Listen to their album. We're Not Here to Be Loved.
Right.
You will love it.
Yeah.
Every song is a banger.
Mm-hmm.
Every song is a banger.
Okay.
There are some that I'd skip, but every song in its own right is a banger. Yeah. There's two vocalists that switch between. Male vocalist is very like soft and like moody, and then goes
yeah, okay.
And then there's a female guitarist. She's incredible. Her voice is what is the driving force behind Fleshwater. She's
right, fair.
I wouldn't say she's the main vocalist because they're even.
Yeah.
But she does drive a lot of it, and like most of the songs that I know, she's fronting, and her voice is incredible. She's also a great guitarist.
Yeah.
They're playing, and I'm dying for it.
Yeah. Is that like your highlight of the festival?
Well,
see them?
It was
until Speed got announced. I think they felt bad they weren't on download and were like, we'll have to do something.
We have to do something for you, guys.
Yeah.
Well, because
that's to make some money, you know, pay us.
Well, here's how it went out, because I bought the ticket for Outbreak.
Yeah.
And I was literally just gonna go to see Fleshwater. I was willing to pay the £70 just to see Fleshwater because I was dying to see them.
That's good going.
Yeah. And I was like, there's other bands. It's fine. I'll justify it. But I was literally just going to see Fleshwater, and I was like, there's a few hardcore bands that are playing. I'm glad to get to see a few smaller bands. Mm-hmm. Then about a month after I bought a ticket, or at least bought the payment plan for the ticket, I got a little notification on my Instagram being like, Speed's posted for something new. Oh, it's a festival. It looks familiar, that does. Outbreak, headlining the hardcore side.
Yeah.
You should have heard me scream that morning. I shouted. Jack, we both work at Morrison's, and there's a delivery driver who comes in who's also a hardcore kid.
Jack.
He's older than us and knows a lot more than we do. More than I do, at least.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, Speed, they got announced. And he was like, yeah, Speed got announced. Speed, yeah. And I was like, how aren't you losing your minds? Like, there's another band called Whispers and End It. I was like, okay. Whispers are really cool. They're from Thailand. Yeah. And all their songs are in Thai. But it sounds so hardcore that it just sounds normal. Because all hardcore is like, or all hardcore sounds the same.
Yeah.
But I love hardcore.
Mickey Mouse, but with eventually every now and again they just boost the lows.
Yeah. There's a bass drop in there.
Yeah.
Whispers sounds like that, but they're all Thai. It's really cool. I'm excited to see them.
You're gonna buy so many shirts, so many CDs. As a CD collector yourself, professional CD collector.
Okay, when we go, I know I'm gonna buy shirts, so I'm gonna limit myself to 2 shirts.
Yeah.
Speed and Fleshwater.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You have to enforce that.
Yeah, I'll drag you by your hair.
If I walk up to a hardcore band's mini little set and be like, £35, that's not that bad for a shirt. Yeah. You need to grab me by the scruff of my neck and throw me in the floor.
£35 for it. It costs £5 to make. That's fine.
It's worth it.
It's a 7x on the investment. What? No.
7x. It shrinks. Put it in the tumble. Put it in the tumble dryer, lad. It'll be sound.
And it's not Fruit the Loom. What's going on?
Wait, that's fucking decent.
Evida.
Gildren. Evida. Yeah, I want 2 shirts. And I want Speed's album. And also Fleshwater's album. Okay, that's it.
So
2 shirts and 2 albums. I want Fleshwater's album and Speed's album. That's if they're selling CDs. If not, then it's fine.
Okay.
Don't need it.
In closing, I have a question for you. which I did give you in advance.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, and I've given you a bit of time to prepare for it.
You've given me ample time. I'm just still unprepared.
Yeah, I'm giving you hours to prepare for this question. So basically, as a hardcore kid, right? You're a hardcore kid. You've got to make a super group with 5 hardcore members. You've got to choose a hardcore vocalist, a hardcore guitarist, another hardcore guitarist, hardcore bass player, and hardcore drummer.
Okay.
And you've got to make your favourite band or the best hardcore band out of them 5 members.
I can't promise that it would be the best hardcore band, but
all the members are hardcore.
These are the hardcore people that I can name who play the instruments.
Right, yeah.
And they play it well.
Yeah.
They play it really well. So,
okay, I'm excited. Go on.
to start off with vocalist,
Yeah.
Matt Honeycutt of Kublai Khan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
His voice is just beautiful. Have you heard him speak? Like, normally.
It's beautiful, isn't
Sultry Southern.
it? Yeah.
And when he screams, he makes me want to get down and do push-ups and jump up and knocks one out. He's vocalist.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
First person on guitar, Isaac Hale.
Okay.
Because he's just a wizard.
Yeah, he is the man of tone.
The man of tone.
Yeah.
Second guitarist, Bo Lauder. He is a guitarist for Harm's Way.
Right.
Incredible guitarist.
Mm-hmm.
He's also very funny.
Mm-hmm.
He hosts a podcast called Hard Law, which you should watch.
Okay.
Hard Law is great.
Okay. I will write that down.
I'll write it
with
down.
my imaginary pen.
Very funny, but also it's just all about hardcore, so it's great.
Mm-hmm.
He's my second guitarist.
Okay.
Drums. Can't remember his name.
Good.
Drummer for Tsunami and... Is it Hand of God? Can't remember. Drummer for Tsunami, another hardcore band.
Yeah.
He's on Instagram, Machine Gun Benny.
Machine Gun Benny.
I've
We'll
sent-
just call him Benny then.
Yeah, Benny then.
Benny then.
God, his kit sounds fucking huge.
Yeah.
His snare, I've sent you his videos before, being like, can you sound like that,
Yeah,
please?
I know the one you're on about. Yeah.
The
Yeah. The
he's
flash
an
beat over everything. Guy.
literally, but also like, ding, 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 ding,
Uh,
dung, dung.
yeah.
Incredible. You're probably wondering why I didn't say Brian Garris as vocalist.
I'm not, because I know you wouldn't choose him because
Really?
I know you wouldn't choose him because you'd want to choose someone more obscure.
No.
Really?
I would choose Brian Garris as a vocalist,
Yeah.
but I chose to have Matt Honeycutt as a vocalist because I couldn't think of who to put as a bassist.
Yeah.
Now, who also does vocals and plays bass? Brian Garris on bass and vocals.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because he's the bassist for Weapon X.
Yeah.
I think I've showed you a few of their songs before. He's the bassist for them. His
Yeah.
tone is incredible. His bass sounds fucking bath.
Fair dues, you finessed that. You
I
have
finessed it
that.
because I wanted Brian Garris to be the vocalist, but I also didn't know who to put as the bassist, other than just cherry picking a bassist out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that,
Fair dues.
so I found Brian Garris, that he is a bass player, so I would use him as a bass player and a vocalist.
That's the smartest answer ever.
I am a fucking genius.
You are a genius.
I am a fucking genius.
Fair dues.
But that is my supergroup.
That's your
So
super
all
group.
in all, Matt Honeycutt, Isaac Hale, Bo Lauder, Machine Gun Benny,
Machine Gun Benny.
and Brian Garris. That's my
Fair dues.
Thank-
Respect
thank
for
you,
that.
thank you,
Amazing.
That would be heavy.
That would be very heavy.
I think I would die if I went in that pit.
Yeah, you would die.
But I would happily go in that pit.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Is it time to go?
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Thank you for doing the very first podcast with me.
It's been an honour. I really hope that the camera has actually been recording and not just been like ambiently blinking red.
Me too. I really hope all of this has worked.
Yeah.